Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be doing some L4 missions in the Vindicator. The Vindicator is the Serpentis battleship. It used to be known for one of the highest DPS, or in fact probably was the highest DPS battleships until Marauders got changed back in the beginning of 2021. The Vindicator is just something that I've been just thinking about. Oh, it could be a potential mission ship for people who do not want to go all the way to a Marauders. And I'm going to try it out here today with a shield-based Vindicator. This is not a particularly cheap Vindicator, 2.6 billion unfortunately. I wanted to go a little bit blingy because I wanted to try it with a shield fit, and it felt hard to not bling it if I wanted to go with shield fit. Otherwise, if I wanted to go for like less bling, I probably would have put armor repairs on, because just the way the fitting works and how powerful the blinged boosters are, you kind of have to bling a bit if you want to go with the shield based. It's over tanked, I think, a bit. I mean, we've got this X-large shield booster, dual multi-spectrums over here, and I've also got my high-grade crystals in as well, so getting extra shield boosting than I normally would get. That's why it's maybe a little bit higher than you would have if you were to have no implants in. Got 2 Locus coordinators to increase my railgun range, tracking computer or enhancer. There's only a compact one because I got some CPU problems. Then I got some railguns, Federation Navy, magnetic field stabilizers, and some various modules here in the lows to aid us. We're going to be going with the railgun one, and I thought about using the blasters, but the thing is, the railguns, I think they will be better because we'll be able to hit out very far. In airfall missions, it's very often that you are in a situation where stuff is far away, and I think the extra range will actually be more beneficial. Even though we'll get a lot more DPS with blasters, also better tracking, I still think it will be better to go with the railguns. Something I was also thinking is maybe we could have something like a Weapify or something like that, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to mainly focus on being far away and just sniping people like that. Otherwise, probably could put like a Weapify, because the Vindicator gets a bonus to its Webifying strength, so you'll be like really Webifying stuff in place that gets very close. So it could be beneficial in that regard. But we'll try this fit anyway. Maybe next time we'll try with a slightly different fit if it doesn't work out too well. You got the Angel Extravaganza mission, I think I checked it before. Yep, Angel Extravaganza. So let's go and do this mission right here. Now, the Vindicator also gets a bonus to its tracking of hybrid weapons. So we will get some better tracking, but it will not help us if we want to go sniping, because, you know, it's just tracking, it's not sniping. And usually when you are really far away, tracking doesn't matter too much anyway. But I guess at least stuff that is like far away will basically guaranteed to get annihilated by us. We are going with some medium drones. I was thinking going with heavy drones because the Vindicator can actually carry 5 heavy drones for max DPS. The reason I'm going for these light drones and medium drones is because I think that this will be more beneficial in the L4 missions. Our railguns will not hit at all frigates that somehow are able to get under our guns. They will not. So that's why we need to have something that's able to take care of that. Now, if we had something like a Webify, for example, that might be able to take care of it. But still, I think that these medium drones will do a better job at taking them out. So we're going to get these medium drones, and if the medium drones can't hit, maybe the light drones as well could be used to try to take out the small little frigates that are trying to get close to us. Otherwise, the main idea will be to go with railguns and just snipe the small stuff before they are even able to get close to us to begin with. I was thinking of using an MJD as well. I think that this is a bit better because the MWD will be enabling us to do a bit more precise movements. MJD, I think it'll still be a little bit too long range, because it's not like we've got like really long range that an MJD will always put us in range of our weapons. Like it could have, because it jumps us 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers is quite a bit more than this Caldari Navy antimatter. I've got a few different ammo types. The uranium is another Tech 1 ammunition, and then also some javelin and spike. The uranium can be like a bit of a long range type of ammunition. Okay, let's jump in here. Angel Extravaganza. It's a long time since I did this mission. I actually haven't done it in quite a while, so I can't remember exactly how I was supposed to do this optimally, but I do remember that in the end of this mission you can get an implant that's worth about 25 million, something like that. So we'll see if we can get that, get some nice ISK. Okay, so you see here we can go with the javelin because these guys are like a little bit closer, and the thing is the javelin has a bit better tracking, so it'll be beneficial for us to take out these small stuff that's trying to get in close. Lock up please, and frigates please. Where are the frigates? They're taking the whole day to lock up. We'll take our explosive medium drones. Oh, the web of fire is missing completely. Like you see we're going, I think, not in the right angle. That's why. We need to go in a better angle. Yeah, there we go. That's why, because we were not in a good angle. Keep a range. We'll try to lock up some of these other guys as well. Now we're hitting good. Now we're hitting good. We just stop here. No, I think we should be able to hit, because I think the reason we were hitting is not because they had too good transversal, or I mean, they were parting good. It was that, yeah, look at that. It was that I was going too fast, so it was not a good time in that regard. Caldari Navy Antimatter, I think, will be best here. Recall these drones. They're not in explosive. These guys are in kinetic. We've got these in the wrong drone bay. Kinetic, and these go in explosive. There we go. Now we can shoot with the Caldari Navy Antimatter, which is going to be a bit better range than Javelin. Javelin does pretty much the same amount of DPS as the Caldari Navy Antimatter. The only difference is that Javelin has better tracking, and also it has worse range than Caldari Navy Antimatter. Tracking won't be too bad with these NPCs that are like this range. That's why I'm just going to go with the weapon type or the ammunition type that has the most amount of range. Oh, we've got more NPCs in the grid. More NPCs ready to get knocked out. We can move our drones as well. It's good when you got the good skills. You can actually get some decent range on your drone control range, even without any drone link augmenters. Like, I've got max drone skills. I'm able to control these drones to have them go like 60 kilometers, something like that, and not got any modules in. They're very useful, because I remember when I was an alpha clone, I used to be only able to have 40 kilometer drone control range. It was horrible. It was 60 kilometers drone control range with a drone link augmenter. The Vindicator is also a ship I used to use when I was an alpha clone a very long time ago, because it is a alpha clone like friendly ship. Like, people can use this ship if they're an alpha clone. It's, or at least it was, one of those PvE boats I used to use a lot in events, because it can have really good DPS with the blasters. Or for nowadays, DPS maybe it's like not that good, because if you compare it to Marauders, but back in the day, it had one of the highest DPS with like warships or subcapital ships with blasters. So it was really good for doing competitions and these kind of live events, that kind of stuff. So I would often win them because of just how powerful the Vindicator is, and it also has like really good overall like tracking, because of how it gets that tracking bonus plus the web of fire bonus. Really, as long as something is close to you in a Vindicator, it's going to perfectly hit it if you've got blasters on and a web of fire. It was really good. Also, at one point I used it for Triglavian hunting as well. Back in the day when you had those like minor conduits, I'd then use them to farm those. I'd refit like the modules on the go with their mobile depot, I think, yeah. And then I'd use it to just like switch out to like more tank or less tank, or depending on what kind of situation I was in. So it was pretty good for that, but I felt like the minor conduits were a bit too deadly, like the NPCs were too strong there. So instead I started doing these emerging conduits that were a bit weaker than the minor conduits, but they're a bit more suited for the Vindicator, because the Rattlesnake had a lot more tank. I used to use it for doing the Triglavian stuff before I like Marauders were buffed, and before I was even able to fly Marauder. The Rattlesnake and the Vindicator, they were my go-to PvE ships. I have a lot of good memories in them. Now these guys are getting really close, so we're going to use some Javelin to just increase the tracking, because sometimes these Angel battleships, they can actually out-track you at close range. Yeah, we seem to even be hitting these battle cruisers really well, even though they're like 8 kilometers away, so that's really great. We can move towards the acceleration gate. Do that slowly but surely. We don't want to completely ruin our tracking. Okay, we already have by started moving now. We should slow down a bit. Actually, no, we'll move to the acceleration gate. We'll gain transversal, get more optimal transversal when we are further away from these guys. With our battle cruise over there. We could even start shooting this guy over here with our railguns. Have our Valkyries take care of this guy, because we're just missing everything. We not even had to use our shield booster at all, and it shows that I'm really over-tanked. We're just using passive shields right here, because we're avoiding a lot of the DPS but being a little bit further away. It's really great in that regard. I can move a little bit to the side here. Get a bit better tracking going on. We're only getting grazing shots, unfortunately. Maybe we could stop here. Because these Angel battleships, they are pretty quick. Like, relatively speaking, compared to other NPCs. They are a bit of the quicker types of ships. You can just boost up a little bit here, just like that. Boop. Nothing this Vindicator can't handle. Or at least in the Angel room, or the Angel Extravaganza mission. The Angel Extravaganza mission is not a particularly like tank heavy mission. It's just it takes a bit of time to like travel to locations, and then sometimes stuff you have to kill. It's not like there's like multiple rooms that take a long time, but in each room there's not a lot of NPCs, so really you're just going to spend a lot of time traveling. It's not really much, a whole lot of incoming DPS simultaneously. Alright, let's go and recall the drones. There's some catalysts and core axes nearby.
Warpdrive active.
Hope they don't try anything sneaky. We'll move to change the ammunition to Caldari Navy antimatter. Get a bit extra range while we are going to the new wave. Okay, destroyers and battle cruisers should be easy. We warp in here, so we'll go to the left or back here. Start getting the locking up going, because it took forever last time to lock up those frigates. Felt like, oh, will I ever actually lock them up? Though it doesn't seem like it wanted to be the case. Let's just like make a perfect, we'll like zoom into them so we can just double click in space and we'll go the opposite direction to where they're facing. We could have our drones even go on the destroyers right here so that they take care of them before we even, so we don't even need to do anything. Just focus on the big battleships. Oh, we should not be using our shield boost at the same time as the MWD. This thing can't even use its MWD cap stable. It can for like 10 minutes, so it's really good. But definitely not both at the same time. When you use both at the same time, the MWD and shield booster, 1 minute cap life. That's all you got. Okay, we'll stop the MWD as well. Just start. We'll continue shooting. What is our optimal range? 53 kilometer range. So it's almost perfect range we are right now. We might even want to get a bit closer because yeah, I knew that because I remember from previous runs that the NPCs they tend to spawn a little bit like around this circle right here, like the acceleration gate. You can see this acceleration gate right here. So they were spawning here. The new one spawned over here. So we'll probably want to move towards these guys so that we can actually take these guys out. Otherwise, they're just going to be too far away for us. I mean, we'll still be able to hit, just not as optimally as stuff that will be closer, you know. Stop here. Go for the War General. We can soon have our drones engage these guys. There we go, 60 kilometers. Drones away. My little minions doing work for me. What is our DPS? It is 960 DPS. We've not got any implants that affect our weapon systems. So you could potentially get more DPS if you had implants or something like that. It would be better DPS going on, but it's still not crazy DPS, but it is nicely applied DPS when stuff is far away. You're able to hit them because of the good like transversal achieved when you're at great distances like we've got right now. Look at those two little frigates, forever to shoot or lock up. Pop! Oh, but still didn't matter. A grazing shot was enough to one-shot him. Let's see about this guy. Pop! Another grazing shot. It was enough to one-shot him. That was great. That was great. Let's see if we shoot this warlord here. Now drones can take care of these battle cruisers that don't have so much HP. It's pretty cool. I like the sniping style of the Vindicator. I'm not so used to using the Vindicator in the sniping style because I feel like the overall ship is made to be a more brawly type ship because it's got web of fire bonuses. It means that you will usually then be relatively close. I mean, within 14-15 kilometer range. Otherwise, the web of fire is not going to be useful. And then it gets a tracking bonus, which is probably more applicable to like blasters because having increased tracking on railguns is not going to do a whole lot when you already are far away with achieving a very good angle on the NPCs. But I mean, it does help a bit. You know, it does help a bit. It's nice to have a bit of extra tracking, but I think that this ship is overall made to just be a real powerhouse at close range with blasters. I think it's pretty much what most people go with it anyway. I remember once when I was using a Punisher in low sec, going through a low-set gate, and I was caught in a gate camp. Then there was something fast locking that managed to get me. But then there was also a Vindicator on grid, and he was unable to lock me up. And as soon as his webifier slowed me down, I was not moving at all. And he destroyed me with his blasters because they were able to actually apply really well to my Punisher, because he webified me to like almost zero, like pretty much zero, almost 0 meters a second. And then you just see that he's got those really high DPS blasters that do really good tracking. It just absolutely annihilated me. No chance. I stood no chance. I mean, I could perhaps, you know, if we were going to go very tanky, go with blasters. Then we could just roam around with our MWD, face tank everything, and then just destroy stuff with our like blaster-based weapons with a webifier. That could be an option. I feel like it might be a little bit more risky because you will have to face tank a lot of things, but at the same time, it might be possible anyway. Maybe if you put an MJD, even it could even help as well. Who knows? Might even try that someday. I think the Railgun version is a little bit more chill. I don't have to think about tank at all. Like, they're doing no damage pretty much. No damage, just being like only a few like stray shots are hitting. Otherwise, it's really chill. Okay, we'll move towards this acceleration gate. We are pretty quick actually. Impressive speed, almost 1.2 kilometers a second, and we're using a C-type, I think, no B-type. Okay, but still. We could use an X-type potentially and get over 1.2k a second. And that is, I would say that is pretty good speed for Battleship. Marauders with MWDs, I don't think they go even more than 800 meters a second. So the Vindicator is a pretty quick ship. Again, showing that it's made to like brawl, get up close and personal very quickly. Apply huge DPS. Might even try that actually someday. Like the just going with a really good armor Vindicator, because the thing is, when you're going with an armor Vindicator, you free up some mid slots, and that can be good for, you know, the webifiers. If you want to have webifiers, and then an MJD that as well. That could be an option. Go with like a heavy neutron blaster cannon. Neutron blaster cannon. And then we remove this, remove this, remove this. Webifier, Federation Navy webifier, micro jump drive, large micro jump drive. We can turn this off. We put another cat battery like this, and then we would probably have a bit of a power grid issue because of how we have not got much power grid left. Large armor repair. Remove this. Remove this. Centis X type. Cool X type. Cool C-type. We hardly have any space for dual reps here. Might be something like that. That'd be cool. Okay, we've got Gist Commander over here. Yeah, take him out, and we'll move towards this gate. I think the transversal might be a little bit too bad when we're moving, so we'll slow down a bit. And it is anyway at 0. But there's only this one NPC right here. I think that might be quite fun actually to go with a fire Vindicator that's going at high speeds. Pretty interesting to see what that could pull off. With Asclepian implants as well, you attack a lot. Ooh. I'm getting fun ideas now. Okay. Move to speeds. Good speeds. Jump now. Perfect that we're in 0 of the acceleration gate. I'll switch to Javelin because maybe the NPCs could be at close range and it'll be good to have a little bit higher tracking based weaponry. I mean, it's not a big difference compared to our antimatter, to be honest. But still, it's something. We've got little frigates on the grid. Have we also got this container? Yeah, look at that. We've got this storage silo. We should lock that up because that thing can drop an implant. So we want to go for that. And we'll also deploy our drones. They can go for the little frigates over here. Blap. Come on, Blap. Blappity Blap. Come on, no, Blap. We need to Blap. Need to Blap these guys. Let's go. Pull range. Pull range. Uh-oh. Do not want them to get in close. They have actually got slower speeds than us. So we might be able to get out of range unless they decide to webify us, which I think they will do. Oof, there we go. He took a big shot. We'll sort of double click in space to get the opposite direction. Boom. Yeah, there we go. Now this guy. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Boom. Yes. Okay. Nice. I'll go with drones here. And we'll go with Caldari Navy. Because there's only big stuff left, really. And we also need to get a bit of range on that storage silo as well. There we go. Lock this up. And we're doing some big hits there. Okay. I'll move in range of that storage silo and pick up the implant that can give 25 million, something like that. It depends a little bit because it's an 003 implant, I believe. Like, there are different levels of implants, 001 to 006. 003 implants are usually worth around 20 to 30 million, depending on what kind of implant it is. So, I think if RNG is on our side, we can maybe get more towards 30 million. If it's not, more towards 20 million. I think I've even got less than that sometimes when it's been really bad. I can go for javelins since these guys are close. And shoot these guys here. And boost a little bit of the shields. Container. Now I can stop with the MWD. Oh no, we can actually go for a little bit more MWD cycles. But stop with the shield boosting though, because our capacitor is going to go into the toilet otherwise. Okay, hopefully a good implant. I wonder what it is. Let's see. Oh, 16 million, so it's not that great. Okay, not at all good. High speed maneuvering 003. See, we get the 003. If we got something like, I think light missiles is worth a bit more, like 003. We got 003. Let's see now, 003. We can go for these different implants and see the different prices. Some of them are worth 20 million. Oh, they're more below 20 million. These have gone a lot down in price, actually. Auto-targeting missiles is worth a bit, but otherwise they all seem to be pretty low. I remember them being more towards 20, or between 20 and 30 million. Now they're all below 20 million, almost as 003 implants. Well, I guess the market shifts. This is for some good agility, right? No, it's for capacitor reduction of MWDs, I believe. Go towards the acceleration gate. What is our optimal range on this? 27 kilometers? Perfect. We'll be able to hit properly. We sort of stop using the MWD though, because we need to get some extra capacitor in the tank, so that we have enough to keep going the next wave. I think they will spawn in new waves. We'll see. But I think they will spawn in new waves, because I can't remember it being like there's nothing spawns like this. Or do they? Pop. Yeah, look, exactly. Lock these guys up. I wonder if we'll be able to lock up these frigates before they decide to play games with us. Hardly doing any damage at this range. Pop, and come on, let's do a second pop now. With the railguns, and pop. Oh, almost 700 damage. I think our drones will finish them off. There we go. There we go. I will put the Caldari Navy because these guys are not in perfect range for our javelin. It's really just for high tracking. We need that javelin. Blast down with the Caldari Navy antimatter. Oh, that guy ripped up all his shields very quickly. I saw he had like almost half shields. And just suddenly just went up. He had a pretty spiffy booster there. Maybe he's got a GIST X-Large shield boost or something like that. Those kind of GIST boosters are from the Angel Cartel. You never know. I mean, what if he's going a little bit cheaty with a Dead Space booster on a normal ship? You don't know. I do know. It never happens that they drop a Dead Space booster. Maybe they could drop a faction. I don't know if it's extremely rare that normal rat can drop a... No, I don't think they can drop a rat. Like a normal rat can drop a faction module. It's only the commander spawns, I believe. Okay. Blap. And blap. Some more guys here. Yeah, this wave is taking a bit of time because there's more waves. I remember that there was one of these waves that are a little bit longer. I think that the last wave, like the next room, is going to be the last one. Not guaranteed, but I think it is the last one. Because I do know that when you get that implant, you are coming towards the end at least. Blap. And... come on. low rate of fire that I'm used to, unlike in Marauders with a really high rate of fire. Blapty blap. And a little bit of more blapty blap here. Move our drones to these other guys that are a little bit further. I don't want to move them to the... Oh wait, never mind, I can't. Because I was thinking of moving my drones to these guys who are 67 kilometers away, but I don't have the drone controller range for that, because here now they had to move all the way from like 60 kilometers away to 20 kilometers. There was a lot of travel time that they could have spent destroying these guys instead. The Angels, they're shield based, I believe. So the shields are the ones that usually take the most amount of time to get through. After that, it's a smooth ride bringing down these ships. Core scanner probes, Imicus. Someone's exploring. At least it's not combat scanner probes. Can scare the local mission runners if you just show up in a mission system with combat scanner probes. Bit funny. Just people do that in low sec, I think, a lot, that they like to scare people by just deploying combat scanner probes. I've not seen people do it so much in high sec. But I do always get nervous. I do always get nervous when I see core scanner probes just deployed like that in space. Blap, come on. Only 2 more battleships left. I think this is it for the wave. I mean, it's alright speed. It's not that slow. We're always able to use Caldari Navy antimatter, so the short range ammo. But, I mean, if we were in a Vindicator that was able to use blasters, we would probably kill these guys quicker if we were able to get in range quick, because we would just be flying around with our MWD. We wouldn't be worrying at all about tracking, because we've got that web of fire, and the blasters also apply it a lot better than the railguns do. I think we might be a bit quicker with blasters, actually. No guarantees, though. Because I see a lot of people complaining on the EVE Online Reddit when people saying, oh, can I use, or like old threads, a lot of people saying, oh, can I use my Vindicator for missions? And people say, no, you're so dumb. Who uses blasters for missions? But I mean, you have a really good DPS. Just a case of getting close. It's not always easy to get close, but if you are able to get close with like a very good MWD, it might be worth it. Oh, never mind. We've got even more NPCs over here. Maybe shield boost a little bit. Can start shooting with the Caldari Navy antimatter on this guy. We have our drones go for this destroyer over here with a particular name. Garin something. Gizmo. I'm guessing he has something to do with the lore of this mission, which I'm completely unaware of. EVE Online missions lacking lore, like they always do. or like immersive lore. I'm not saying that they lack lore. Immersive lore is something that's a bit lacking in EVE Online missions. I kind of wish that they would be a bit more immersive. Praefectus. Interesting names right there. It sounds a bit like Greek. Praefectus. Or Spartan or something like that. Ancient Rome. Blap. Okay, now it should be the last one, I think. Now it should be the last wave. These battle crews are going down very quickly. Yeah, there we go. And unblap this guy too. We can even recall our drones, because our drones are just going to take time to recall if I just keep them on that guy. Okay, there we go. Now we can go to the next wave. Go a bit quicker. But it'll be interesting to see what could be done with an MJD, MWD, Blaster, or Vindicator. That, I think, would be interesting to see in missions, because we get almost double the amount of DPS, since we will have really good damage with the blasters. And then we could always pack heavy drones. Since we have that webify, we could like webify stuff, so the heavy drones will apply perfectly. I think that'll be very fun, actually. Jump Vindicator. Need to deactivate that MWD so it gets a bit of a better align time. It still takes a bit of time. Sometimes you get a bit of inertia that sort of doesn't want to go away when you've turned off or made a sharp turn and turned off your MWD. What have we got here in the last room? Some more NPCs, and there's another gate over here. But I think this is the last room. This is like to a bonus room, I believe. Shooty shoot. Javelin. These guys are a bit close. Get a bit of a better application. Okay, now we'll deploy our explosive drones as well. Blap. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy, easy peasy. Vindicator going straight through. Does not care. Goes straight through. I like this sniper fits because they're very chill. Like, you just chill at long range and just shoot away. I think a Kronos would also be quite cool with railguns. To go around, MJD out, blap 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 really quickly. Because do the same with the Paladin actually with Tachyon beam lasers. It's the same way I do for Triglavian hunting. So you could just go with a really long range Marauder, just rain hell upon these NPCs. Oh, come on now, these drones are taking forever. And there we go, destroy this guy. Oh. Now this one. They're going to be spider drones, I think, as well. Very annoying. They're very hard to kill because they're very tiny. They're very fast as well. Maybe they're not tiny, but I think they're very fast. That's the main reason why they're not easy to hit. Spider drones. They're a type of drone that likes to webify you a lot. I guess general. Boop. I'm gone. Nope. We've still not got the last wave here. This Angel Extravaganza mission usually does take quite a bit of time. It is a bit of an expedition kind of mission. It is. It's not something you can just do very quickly unless you're using a Marauder. Then it goes off really quickly. You just shatter this mission with no problem. But in non-Marauder ships, it does take a bit of time. It's not the quickest of encounters. It is often worth it though because of what you can get from the implant drops. Just in general, we'll get a lot of bounties as well because of all these NPCs we're crushing. There's a lot of battle cruisers as well, so it won't take too long. Maybe we can shoot one volley here of the railguns. Never mind. Drones took care of it. My very courageous drones charging into battle. Gist Saint. Guristas Primus. Battleships take a bit of time to get through, but then you get to the battle cruiser, just goes straight through, doesn't care at all. Really, with the Marauder, you can feel like almost you've one-shot them sometimes, just how much damage you do and how weak the battle cruisers are. I feel like they do have less HP than cruisers, battle cruisers. They just really don't got the HP. They really don't have the HP, these battle cruisers. Blap. Okay. Oh, there's more NPCs. Never mind. Never mind. I'm guessing there's triggers that I could go for to make this go a bit quicker. Not stuff that we're going to be messing with right now. As the noob I am. Can lock up a couple of these. Okay, good. Can we shoot? Yes, there we go, please. Don't be under my guns. Come on now. Boom, yes. Last one. And we need to shield boost as well to preserve capacitor. Come on. Oh, grazing shot. I don't think it will be hit now. Oh, wait, never mind. The drones are sort of MVP right here. They're hitting something. Oh, all of them miss. Something. Oh, we're not hitting anything with our guns, so we'll just have our drones take care of this guy. Come on, drones. Do your job. There we go. Good job, drones. Now, the boss, I think he spawns somewhere here. Or not really boss. He's very easy. He just goes down super fast. He's just like one of these NPCs right here. I think he spawns near this coral reef or coral rock formation. That's where I recognized him spawning before. It says the computer detects enemy distress signal has been sent. More ships are on the way. So I think a new wave will spawn in soon. Wouldn't surprise me if one jumps in. Maybe it's just placed there. To sort of time it with how the rate of destroying these guys is, so that they'll eventually spawn a new spawn in. Gist Warlord. Have orange shields. Pretty cool how they've got these like orange shields with the camo. I think they are pretty menacingly looking. They don't behave that menacingly. Go down super fast, like as if they're nothing. That's how powerful the Capsuleer is in EVE Online. We are the Capsuleers, the superiors of New Eden. We've got really strong, unique capabilities of their being able to neurally control their ships and performing superiorly to the vast majority of the inhabitants of New Eden. That's the Capsuleer for you. Okay, they're almost destroyed. Come on now. Not much left. I'm pretty sure that this is acceleration get to the bonus room, because there is some bonus room, I think, and there is, yeah, there's the boss, and like there's a lot of NPCs there. You can get killed very quickly there because of how much DPS there is there. And this is the only guy here, Tiogo Kargas. So we will take our Valkyries, take out these spider drones. Might be able to even just snipe these guys. They're doing 5k a second, so it's not going to be the easiest thing to take these guys out. Come on. Nah, never mind. Yeah, we're not going to be doing anything soon when it comes to taking out the spider drones with our railguns. We'll just have to focus on this boss right here. Hope for the best. Yeah, it's going to be good. He's getting close, because I was thinking maybe he was just going to go out of range since he was 70 kilometers away. It's alright. Okay, even our drones are not able to hit, so we're going to use our lights. Good, I packed the lights. But here it would be, if I had the, Webifier, could use a Webifier to Webify these guys to oblivion. They would not be able to move, would knock them out with our drones easily. Okay, there we go. Mission is complete. Align to the out gate. We can even use our MWD to get a bit of a speed boost so that we can align a bit quicker. And warp now.
Warp drive active.
Warp drive active. Now we've got, okay, there we go. Warped out just like that. Goodbye, spider drones. Good riddance. I do not need you to webify me to oblivion. They've got really strong webs, those guys. Really strong webs. Crazy how strong those guys' webs are. Like, a lot stronger than typical NPCs. Because they're like a whole drone dedicated to webifying. Unfortunately that the drones, because there are webifying drones you can have, they're not that powerful though. They are actually quite weak. Hardly provide any bonuses actually. They just sit there and are quite pathetic, to be honest. I kind of wish they were buffed, but at the same time, if they were buffed, I think they might be OP. Because no one would then run webifiers, you just have the webifying drones. Jump here to the station. So we got this Afian Co. Rogue High-Speed Maneuvering 003. Okay. We used a lot of ammunition, actually. I had a total of 5,000 to begin with. We used 2,000 or 1,600, so coming close to half our ammunition just from that one mission right there. But there was a lot of blasting to get through, though. It was a pretty NPC-heavy mission in total. Like, there was a lot of stages and different parts to grind through. Road and Shipyards Factory. Let's dock up here. This system of EN Oyster, it's not a system which I run missions in to be effective. It's more like a testing system because it's so close to Jita. It's very convenient. And all L4 missions are the same, so it's just may as well because it's just so much easier having an L4 mission hub that's really close. It doesn't give as much payout because of how the system is 0.8 system. 0.8 systems don't give that much payout. 0.5 is the best actually if there is a mission hub in it. We had the mission telling us to go to Forent. And that is a 0.5 system, but that doesn't matter. It's not where the mission hub is located that determines how much you earn. But there we go. Angel Extravaganza in the Vindicator in a railgun shield Vindicator. Not a bit atypical, not the typical kind of Vindicator fit that many people would expect in PvE, but I thought it was still quite fun, pretty effective. It felt like, obviously slow compared to Marauders, but considering it's a non-Marauder ship, I'm pretty impressed. I felt pretty solid when we were going through those NPCs right there. Tank was really good as well, but again, we're using bling stuff, so it's not like, oh wow, tank's so good, because I mean we're blinging up quite a bit, so when you bling stuff, usually stuff tends to perform good. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.